If you're looking for a recipe to impress family and friends this Christmas, then this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make Greek melomakarna. Yes, if you're right, I'm going to show you. No need to be afraid. Trust me, this recipe is delicious. There's no need for you to be afraid. Believe you me, you're going to have a lot of fun making them. Obviously, you have to be very focused.
We also need 260
and you have to be dead serious. It is one of the most popular Christmas cookies in Greece. Have a look at these lovely beauties. Welcome to the Greekosophy channel. My name is Tam, and let's start making them.
Let's start with ingredients. We need 600 grams of plain flour. We need about 265 grams of extra virgin olive oil. Make sure it's a very good quality extra virgin olive oil. We also need 200 grams of sugar. About 25 grams of butter, which we're going to melt before mixing it in our mix. We also need about half a wine glass, which is about 200 grams of good quality cognac. Okay. We need about half a teaspoon of cinnamon, ground cinnamon, and about a quarter of a teaspoon of ground cloves. We also need another half a teaspoon of baking soda. We need about 200 grams of freshly squashed orange juice. Now, please don't use any orange juice. You know, the stuff that you drink and it's ready bought. Grab some oranges, some fresh oranges, and squeeze them. So 200 grams of that, and use also a large orange and grate some zest. So the zest of one large orange there. These are the ingredients, and finally we have about 250 to 300 grams of walnuts. Now we're gonna coarsely grind them in a minute, but make sure that also are good quality. We also have ingredients for our syrup, but I'm gonna show them to you as we go along with our cooking. So let's start cooking. So first of all, we add the sugar and the olive oil. And we're going to use our blender to blend it for a good 5 minutes. And now we're going to be adding one by one all the other ingredients apart from the walnuts and the flour. So all the other ingredients one by one while we continue to blend. now we come to the important part where we add the flour into the mix. Now what we need to make sure is that once we add the flour, we give it a good stir, but not for a long time, because the more you stir it, the more the olive oil will start coming up to the surface. And what this will do to the mix is that you have the olive oil on top, the rest of the mix at the bottom, and you're not going to be able to combine them into a nice dough. And that's about it. That's about it. Because if I continue now to mix it, suddenly all the olive oil is going to come up and the rest of the mix is going to be down, and there's no way that I'm going to be able to make cookies out of this mix. So as you can see, after a few minutes, it does become a little bit more thicker. The important thing is not to keep on stirring it or mixing it, otherwise all the olive oil is going to come out pouring, and you're going to end up with a mixture that there's no way you can make it into a dough or into cookies. Right, let's make our cookies then. Now, as you can see, you don't want to be kneading them for quite a long time, because I will show you now. The more you start kneading it, you can see that the olive oil starts coming out. You can see that the olive oil starts coming out, and there's no way that it can be a nice cookie. So all you need is slight kneading, a little bit in there, and that's about it. It's going to be expanding anyway, so it's going to come out nicely. You will see later on. So just a little bit of a kneading going on, but nothing too much. Now this particular size is quite big, to be honest. I would personally make them a little bit smaller. The other batches will be a little bit smaller because they're going to expand quite a lot. So even if it's half the size of what you see now, they're going to be nice and bite size for the kids and the rest of the family. So you warm the oven at around 170 degrees. Don't know what the gas mark is, I'm afraid. So you put them in there, and once they get a nice orange color, then you take them out, because then we're going to be adding the syrup to them. Now this is the second batch, the second tray, and as you can see, a lot smaller in size because they're going to be bigger. Don't be afraid. I mean, I'm not an expert in cookery or anything like that, so the sizes are all over the place, but don't worry about that, because melomakarona, they're quite coarse in their look, because they're going to have the syrup and they're going to have the walnuts in them. So don't worry about that much about the the shapes and the sizes, etc. So let's cook the first batch then. So while the cookies are nicely baking in the oven, we're going to make our syrup. So what we add is 200 grams of water, 200 to 250, and 350 grams of sugar, the skin of one large orange, one whole cinnamon stick. Okay, I've just broken one, but it's a whole cinnamon stick. We also have 50 grams of honey. Okay, lovely honey. Now I know that it's a little bit thick, but that shows the quality of the honey. A good quality honey, if you leave it for a little bit, the jar will go like that. But we're going to use it later on. So for now we have our mixture of sugar, water, cinnamon and orange zest. or orange peel, not orange zest. And we're going to bring it to a boil. Once it boils, we're going to lower the heat to its minimum, so it keeps on nicely, keeping it nicely warm. And we're going to add the honey. And as you will see in the video, once our cookies are ready, we're going to dip them into the syrup, and then going to leave them aside. And then we're going to sprinkle them with coarse chopped walnuts. A little bit of a secret here: if you want your cookies to be nicely soft with the syrup, with the sweet syrup, all the way to their inside, you dip them in the syrup while they're still hot coming out of the oven. Because if you take them out of the oven and let them cool down, you can dip them in the syrup, but the syrup is not gonna reach all the way to the inside. It's gonna be soft on the outside, your cookie, but it's gonna be a little bit crunchy on the inside. Personally, I like them soft all the way through. As a kid, I preferred that way. So the minute they're coming out of the oven, while they're still warm, I'm going to be dipping them into the syrup.
This is it for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel because we're going to be putting a lot of recipe videos in the near future. I hope that you are going to follow these instructions today and make some delicious bello macarona. If you've tried the recipe, please put some photos or some comments below in the comment section and let us know how it went. But don't go away, because if you like this particular video and you want to see some other recipes about Greece and the traditional Greek cuisine, the two videos that are coming on the left and on the right of the screen right now will give you some great Greek recipes as well to follow. So just make a click here or make a click there and they will take you to the right recipe. So don't go yet, plenty of videos to see from the Greekosophy channel. In the meantime, while you're watching, I'm gonna have a couple of these and we'll speak later.